Hello, Summit County. I'm Dave Rossi. Welcome to another edition of County Connection. With me today are three commissioners. I'll start with Elizabeth Lawrence and Tamara Pogue, and our newest, Nina Waters. So we're going to dive right in, and of course we're going to welcome Nina, who was just appointed last Wednesday night, informally sworn in on Friday, I believe that was. And so you're pretty much ready to go, since it's, just been about a day.
Yeah.
So we're going to do all about Nina for starters. Tell us about what was the process like, and what made you decide to throw your hat in the ring for the appointment? And just to let everybody know, Josh Blanchard stepped down, and the appointment process is mandated by the state, actually, and that is the party of the outgoing commissioner gets to appoint the next commissioner, who will then be serving in that seat until the next general election. And if you're following all that along, that's how we got Nina Waters, who was appointed on Wednesday. And so what brings you here?
Oh, well, I've been looking to serve in different capacities in Summit County since I moved here about a decade ago, about 10 years ago. And during my time kind of living and working with fellow residents in Summit County, I've always been kind of drawn to the idea of problem solving. That's just kind of the nature of my various careers. And so deciding talking with my friends, colleagues, coworkers, everyone, there's not a lot of problems, but there's like things that come up living in Summit County. And so I started to think about, well, how do we solve the problems that exist in our lives? And I was working at the Lake Dillon Theater Company, now known as Theater Silco, and I met Josh Blanchard during my time there, and we would just kind of get in these long conversations talking about, how do we get involved? How do I solve the issues of our community? All of these things. And so he kind of encouraged me and gave me the gentle nudge of, stepping into the various roles, such as like the Lower Blue Planning Commission, and serving on various boards and community advisory groups, and just trying to kind of figure out ways that I could be better involved in solving the problems that exist in Summit County. And so when he decided to step down from his position as commissioner, I definitely tickled the idea of becoming a commissioner, but thinking it was going to happen 10 years down the road. But, the best laid plans, like they say. So here I am today, officially the newest county commissioner in Summit County. So very excited.
We all know about things that just sort of show up and you dive in. And so you dove in, you were on Lower Blue Planning Commission, which is always known as a great place for a lot of elected officials because land use is so critical to everything we do as a statutory county here. What part of Summit County are you living in? You're in District 3, but that's kind of a vast area, and it changed a little bit.
Yeah, so I currently reside in District 3, and that kind of encompasses the northern end of the county, including some portions, not only including Silverthorne, Dillon, but then also areas, a few in Frisco as well. I live in one of the most northern parts of the county, just north of Silverthorne, in unincorporated Silverthorne. During COVID, when there was some vacancies on the Planning Commission, I decided to throw my name into the ring for a lot of different reasons, but just trying to understand the use that happens and takes place in my area. Northern Silverthorne, or the northern end of the county, has more of that rural character. It has a little bit of charm that we don't necessarily feel in the more dense areas in the community. So I liked being able to speak on the development that took place in that area, but then also kind of protecting some of that open space in those public lands that are really important to our quality of life in Silverthorne.
Great. And I hear that you've taken a few tours down the Grand Canyon
I have. Yes.
as a river guide.
Yes.
So is that one of your hobbies? Is that kind of encompass a lot of your free time? What do you do when you're not working?
Oh, just like most Summit Countyans, I have a lot of outdoor related hobbies. And it depends on which season, right? So currently we're kind of segueing into winter, which is exciting with like the new dusting on the peaks last night. So I ski in the winter. I do a lot of cross country skiing as well, spending a lot of time backcountry skiing with my huskies. And then in the summer, I spend a lot of time on the water. I've been blessed for the past couple of years to be a multi-day whitewater raft guide. And so that has been really enjoyable on the Green, on the Yampa, as well as other portions of the Colorado. I spend a lot of time in water, around water. I live right across the street from the Blue. We had an amazing runoff season this year, so it's been so much fun having the Blue kind of run through my backyard. And it's just, I try to embrace whatever season I'm in and enjoy, all the value that nature has to offer in our community.
Well, now you get to turn that into policy. Yes. Obviously, water's a big deal in your part of the county, in Headwater County that we
yes.
are. So that's going to be one of the things that maybe you will work on. So Elizabeth, you had the welcome wagon. I think I was calling you Wendy Welcome Wagon on Friday.
It was amazing.
It was a flood of information. So everything from all the issues that various departments are working on, what they do. You took home a big binder. Elizabeth, how does it work when you guys divide up the duties between the three of you?
Yeah, that's always interesting. It's some of it are things that we're interested in, or maybe we have a long background in. Tamar really comes. We all come from the nonprofit world, all three of us, just like Josh did before. Tamar really came from that health and human service piece, and she's great at those issues. I have a background in early learning going back to when I was with Town of Breck and my time there, so I'm really into that. Nina wants to do water, which is great. That's huge. So that's wonderful. So we're going to work out over the next couple of weeks what everyone wants to continue to do, maybe what Nina wants to take on. She's not just a replacement for Josh. She is her own commissioner. We're so excited to have her and her talents that she's going to bring. And so we'll navigate through that, see what comes up. I would probably like to say condolences for your hobbies. Sorry, that was a good run you had, but I did ski a few days last year. I didn't ski the year before though, sadly. I was too busy. Last year I did a little bit, but yeah, we work a lot here, so welcome.
I'm used to it. I was in the theater for a lot of times. And if you've ever been in theater and you understand what a 10 out of 12 is, correlates to the hours of working in the day. I know what it's like to put in a hard day's work.
Good.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Good. We're excited to have you. And speaking of Josh, we are sad to see Josh go. So excited to have Nina here, but incredibly proud of Josh's new position with the state, leading arts, which is a passion of mine. And so he's going to lead Colorado Creative Industries, which is part of the OEDIT office. And we're just super excited for him. And I think it's a testament to what great work leaders in Summit County do.
Absolutely. And Josh and you had talked quite a bit before you decided to throw your hat in the ring. So you have obviously know a lot of the issues that are in your district. And your district spreads all the way to Copper Mountain.
Yes.
So that just changed.
That's new.
Yeah, that's brand new. So you will have kind of a wide land area to cover, which will be both exciting and a bit of a challenge. So welcome aboard. We're really excited to have you.
I am beyond thrilled. I can't wait to get into the work, into the nitty-gritty of serving our residents in Summit County.
Fantastic. So when we come back, we're going to cover some of the more recent updates in addition to what's coming up in the future for the county. So stay with us.